Hello, good evening, everyone. Good to see everyone of you here. My name is Alex from MarketWise Asia. All right, today it is a Friday evening, 29th of October, 2021. And if you guys can hear me loud and clear, please say a hi to me in the comments right now. We have about 100 people in the room right now. So if I could ask, just give me a like and share. All right, liking is free, doesn't cost you money. And it also tells Facebook that the algo that you want to see more of me in the future. Because if you don't engage with me, if you don't at least give me a like, Facebook will deem that you don't like my content and will see lesser and lesser of our Facebook Live on your Facebook feed. All right, so just give me a like. Liking is free, doesn't cost you money. All right, so let me take a look at the comment first. Hello, good evening, Edmund, Han Hop, Beng Tek, Florence, Lam Su, Christopher, Mary. All right. I hope you enjoy your Grab voucher. Okay, Jasmine, Michael, Leon, Pauline, Ivan, Andrew. Okay, Andrew is from Hawaii. All right, if I'm not mistaken. All right, David Guy, Christopher, Xiang Lun, Yogi. All right, good to see every one of you here. Okay, so actually, I think my energy could be a bit low today because I just came back from the night safari. So I went with my wife, daughter, my parents-in-law, and my sister-in-law. So it has been quite some time since we went out for a gathering. And of course, we went night safari not because we the adults want to go to see the animals. It's mainly for my daughter. All right, my daughter is about 3.5 years old, and I think it has been a while okay, since she went out so always cooking up at home and such. So you thought it might be a good idea to go out and have some fresh air and bring out to view some animals So I just came back not too long ago. Okay, so I went there. We went there at about 7 plus. So I think by about 9 plus. So we went back home. So it was quite enjoyable. I think it has been ages since I last stepped into night safari. I think I don't know, more than 15 years ago. So other than the zoo or what, I have never been stepped into the night safari for the longest time already. Marcus asked, is it crowded? Yes, actually, there are people, there are quite a number of people, but it is not that crowded because night safari, we have to queue up and enter into this tram ride. So unlike zoo where you can go take a walk yourself, but night safari, most of the people will tend to take the tram ride. So the tram ride will take, I think at least about half an hour or so. So it was quite enjoyable. Okay, can do live from the zoo. The night safari is actually very, very dark. Okay, so yeah, it was quite refreshing because really it has been quite some time. Did I see any interesting things? I saw tapir. I think tapir is quite interesting. Okay, you can Google later. Tapir, elephant, and the usual stuff lion and such So yeah, interesting. Okay, anyway, by the way, today is not about night safari. Just going to share what I did just now only. So, of course, you should know that the latest thing about Facebook is that Facebook actually changed the name from Facebook FB to Meta, whatever you call it. Okay, so it's from Meta. So I think this is my personal opinion. I think this is a right move. So if I'm not mistaken, okay, I think most of the younger people, those teens or early 20s, they are no longer using Facebook anymore. So Facebook is actually meant for old people like us. Okay, I again based on the stats that I've seen in this Facebook Live, the crowd that's watching my Facebook Live, right, is actually mid 30s to late 40s. So it's the 30s to 40s. So very, very few 20s people are watching this Facebook Live. So you can see the younger people are really not using Facebook. And you just ask yourself, right, when do you actually register or sign up for a Facebook account? If I'm not mistaken, for mine, that was in 2008, 2008. So that was like more than 13 years ago already. So back then I was 20 years plus, okay, 20 plus. So in a sense that I grow old with Facebook. I go over Facebook. And I think Facebook also know that, a lot of this crowd are mainly the 30s and the 40s. So if they don't try to pivot in the future, these younger people will not suddenly go back to Facebook. Say, for example, the teens or the 20s, when they grow up to become 30s, 40s, they're not going to suddenly say, hey, I'm old already, I'm going to go to Facebook and surf. No. So they'll grow with the Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and such. So I think this is sensible. So right now, Facebook is trying to pivot and to make themselves more relevant, and of course, try to introduce a new technology. And of course, for those who don't know what is metaverse essentially is trying to combine, AR and VR and virtual reality with the augmented reality. And of course, it's more than that, okay? So you can go and Google. It is still something very, very new. And actually, I only knew about this metaverse thing, I think only about half a year ago, when I really know about metaverse. So previously, I knew nothing about metaverse. So right now, I still don't know much, but I roughly get the idea. So you guys can go and Google about this metaverse. So I think this is the right move for Facebook. All right. And yeah, and let me see the comments up. Hey, when say you're in the 20s, I think you are one of the few who watch my Facebook Live, 20s. They are, but not a lot of people. Anyway, right now we have about 200 people in the room right now. So can I just ask, give me a like and share. It doesn't cost you money, okay? Just give me a like. So engage with me. Tell Facebook algo that you want to see more of me in the future, so it will show up on your Facebook feed. Okay, if you don't do that, you think that you don't like my content, and it will not show you of my Facebook Live in the future already. Okay, so once more, if you want to join our Telegram channel, do join our Telegram channel. You can just search for MarketWise Asia. You should see the link on the screen, and also post the link in the comments. Right now we have about 4,000 plus. We are nearing 4,100 already. So just go inside, make it about 4,100. Okay. Anyway, right now about 200 plus. So anyway, I'm drinking coffee now. So yeah, I drink coffee at night. So it doesn't have an effect on me. So I can sleep as well. So no issue. So enjoy your evening. Take some coffee, take some tea, or take whatever to enjoy yourself. Jeremy said I look 20. I'm not that young anymore. By the way, you guys guess how old I am? Some of you, not 20s. I think 20s a bit 夸张. Okay, not 20s. So how old do you think I am? Can you guys guess or not? All right. So while you guess, right, let me add the stream over here. Okay. All right. By the way, do you guys prefer this screen? All right. Prefer this number 1, or you prefer number 2? This is number 2. This is number 2. So 1 or 2. So this is 1 or 2. 1 or 2. All right. 30 plus, 39, 35, 30, 45. Jasmine, do I really look 45 to you? Okay, I'm 38 years old this year. So next year I'll be 39 already. So prefer 2, prefer 2, All right. So Shun Teng, of course you are same age as me. All right. Okay. So I'll get started already. Okay, I'll try to keep this within 1 hour. Okay, so enough of my nonsense. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, this is 2. All right, fantastic. Okay, so today, as usual, disclaimer first. Whatever I share today, it is just for education and informational purpose. It is not recommendation to tell you what to buy or what to sell. Alex is always wrong, so please don't copy me. I'm just an entertainer every Friday evening. All right, so I touched on Facebook already, Meta already. So today I'm just going to talk about the US market. This is like my bread and butter kind of Friday night evening. So I'll talk about US market, the sectors and the industry, and of course some education and something new if I could to add in. So basically I'm going to talk about the US market. Is it too late to enter now? Can the rally sustain until the end of the year? All right, and of course I will touch on also on the sectors and the industry that I am looking at right now that it has improving relative strength. Okay, so there's up and coming. Essentially, there's up and coming. And I'll also share with you this free company research platform, all right, which I discovered recently. Okay, so let's kickstart this session. All right, so right now let's go to the US market. This is the S&P 500 over here. All right, without a doubt, you guys can see that I think some of you choose one, but I think most of the people say two. So I have to go go for number two, which is this screen. Okay, so my face is smaller, the screen size is bigger. All right, so without a doubt, the S&P 500 is the ES S&P 500 future. So previously, not previously, as in during Asian hours before the market really opened, it was negative. Now it is actually positive. Okay, so let's go to here first. Let me go to the dashboard. Let me show you what is the S&P 500 right now. Zoom. Okay, so you guys can see, the Dow is positive. S&P is about kind of flat. The Nasdaq is down 0.2%. All right, so go to the S&P 500. As I mentioned, all right, so clearly it was for the past how many days, 10 or 12 days, it has been up all the way. All right. So if I add in my cloud and such standard, if you've been with me, you should know already. So I think for the past, 2 to 3 weeks ago, I mentioned that I was actually pretty bullish, still on the bullish side for the S&P 500. Okay. Sadie Chan, the subtitles, I think it is from Facebook itself. You can remove it. I think the subtitles is automatic. It is not from my side. Okay? You need to off your subtitle if you see the subtitles. Okay, so so it is up. Okay, so nothing much has changed. But what you need to know is that the market has been up for one. I zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So about more than 2 weeks plus already. So do I think it still have room to go higher or not? Okay, so I actually drawn a trend line over here. Okay, so back to the naked chart. All right, so this trend line over here. So how do I get this trend line? All right, so let me remove this over here. All right, so drawing trend line is an art. Okay, there's no right or wrong. But okay, so this weekly time frame, this is a very long-term trend line chart, also from 1998 until now. So actually price has already broken through this trend line already. So I need another kind of base to tell me where to draw the new trend line. So what I can see from this trend line, a new trend line, is that I can draw from here. Okay, so this is the trend line that I can see. All right. Is it here? Okay, it's like this. Again, this is art, subjective, might not be always correct, but okay. So it is something like this. Is that this? Sometimes I draw, so I also forget what I draw. Okay, why is this? All right. Okay. something like that. Okay. All right, so with this trend line drawn, okay, so of course this is the resistance over here. I draw the horizontal line over here. Price has actually broken past the all-time high again, and price is actually, breaking through and retest a little bit. Can you guys see this red candle over here? This red candle over here. All right. So, and this was a pin bar over here, or shooting star, or whatever. Okay, whatever you call it. And when newbies traders see a shooting star candlestick patterns, they will think, oh, this is a bearish candlestick pattern, and they will go short it. And how do they short this shooting star candlestick? Okay, oh, price break the low, I'll go short it. Okay, so price break the low, I'll short it. So this was the red bar. This was the red bar, right? So essentially, those who wanted to short the market has already shorted. So what would they do? Where would they place their stop loss? Normally, they will place a stop loss at the high of the candlestick lah. Okay, standard lah. So we know most traders who shorted via this pin bar, this shooting star, they will place their stop somewhere around here, like one. So right now, price reverse back up again. So to me, there's a very high chance that price can test the high again. And of course, I don't know how many days it takes, but I think we still have some room to go a little bit higher. Okay, it can take 1 week, 2 weeks, I don't know. All right, somewhere around there. So we'll see how it goes. So my view is technical wise is very simple. Even though it is extended, okay, I think there's still room to go a bit higher. So when it goes a bit higher, I think it's going to test about maybe 4,650. All right, 4650, somewhere around there. Okay, pardon my ugly handwriting, pretty difficult to write here. All right, 4650. So we'll see whether price can reach there or not in the next week or so. 4650. And all right, if you go to the seasonality chart, okay, seasonality chart, let me just anyhow put a stock name first, Facebook. Okay, seasonality wise, all right. So I will post the link in the comments for those who are new to MarketWise Asia. Seasonalities wise, seasonal. So if you take a look at S&P 500 SPY, all right. Zoom out a little bit. You guys can see, right? So move one bar year behind. I don't want to count this year. So can you see for the past 5 years, 100% positive. If you drag, to 6, 7, 8, past 9 years, it is also 100% positive in the month of November. All right, past to 10 years, I'll drop a little bit. It is still high. Can you see that? Which are the bars that are outstanding to you? Okay. All right. So there is April. April is this bar over here, and November. All right. So you zoom out to 15 years. Okay. Of course, April, it is generally the bullish month. And of course, November, it is still pretty outstanding as well. Okay, if you drag to 20 years, okay, it is still very outstanding. Okay, so out of the past 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, generally April and November is a good month. April and November, all right? If you can see what I'm doing, just type NOV, November NOV in the comments so that you know what I'm trying to say. So November, based on historical data, based on seasonals, it is a bullish month. So I don't want to bet against, the historical data. So just try to follow it. Okay, I don't want to try to think bearish. No matter how bearish I think it is, I'm not going to go against it for now, okay? Based on historical data, it is bullish. So as such, right now, coming next week, we are entering November. All right. Of course, it doesn't mean that price will just go up all the way on November. Be prepared that price could do a pullback. Ping pong a while, something like that, or it can go up again, pull back and go up again, something like this now. Okay. So my personal opinion is that there is still room to go, at least in November to November, in November to December, until the end of the year. So you got my answer already. So I answer this question is, can the rally sustain until the end of the year? All right, I think it could. Okay, so previously when price was here, okay, I say that there's a possibility that price can retest the high here. So it actually retested already. So right now into November, can price rally until the end of the year? My short answer is I think it can. I think it could. After the end of the year, this as in next year, then I will not sure how the market will react really. So until the end of the year, I think it can still rally. After next year, I don't know what the fuck it's going to do. Okay, so don't take me that, oh, Alex is very bullish. No, until next year, no. I only bullish until the end of the year. All right, so this is my answer. If you take for Nasdaq is QQQ, the ETF. All right, so let's take a look at the seasonals. For the past 5 years, many bullish marks. Okay, so doesn't really have a very clear stand. Okay, you can zoom out. You can see, okay, for the Nasdaq, the tech actually tends to perform better in November and July. Of course, November it is still pretty okay. All right. Try to zoom out a little bit. Okay. 10 years, it is still outstanding for November, and for 20 years, okay? It is still pretty okay. 20 years, all right. So July and November, it tends to be the outstanding month for the index. Once again, I will not bet against the seasonals. And of course, right now, price action also shows that it is bullish. Okay, so pretty simple, right? Any questions so far? Let me take a look at the question right now. November and such. Let me see. Lim asking, if trade US share, the currency spread with ringgit was about 1.8 and 2.8. Normally, I don't really understand what you are trying to say, but normally when I fund my account, it is in USD and Sing dollars. So I don't have the ringgit risk issue. So yeah, I guess I cannot answer this question for you. Sorry about that. I don't know everything. Cannot. All right. So let me see this. James. All right. So Mary is asking if Fed is going to taper in mid-November, will it affect the trend? Okay, one thing about the Fed, okay, you need to understand that they have been saying that they want to taper for the longest time. So every time there's Fed meeting, they will say that, hey, I'm going to taper soon, I'm going to taper soon, I'm going to taper soon. Next meeting, it is the same, I'm going to taper soon. So the market has already priced in all this news already, pricing all this news already. So again, I say that my stand is that I'm bullish until the end of the year, until next year when the Fed is really going to taper. Then I would say that I have no idea how the market would react. And the reason is very simple, because I am generally a swing trader. I swing, meaning that I hold for a few days to at most 1 to 2 weeks. So very long-term position kind of trading scenario, I won't be too bothered about that. Essentially, I just want to make money within the next few weeks or so. That's it. All right. So, but generally wise, I also want you to take a look at this weekly chart of the, I remove the trend line, I think too messy already, okay? Okay. All right. So there are people who actually mention that, next year the market is going to crash and such. How many of you actually have read about that? Read somewhere, hear somewhere that they guru saying that the market is going to crash next year in 2022. If you hear some of these, hearsay or what, right? Just type yes in the comment. Type yes in the comment. Okay. For me, I read about in Twitter. I heard some guru, they said market could crash in 2022 next year. Again, I need to be very frank. I have no fuck idea what the market is going to do next year. Okay. If you're uncomfortable, then reduce your exposure. But essentially, I am also not comfortable with this kind of rally. Okay. This is normal rally, it's getting steeper, and this is kind of parabolic. All right. Kind of parabolic. And okay, so what do you guys think? Okay, so this kind of trend, can it sustain? The market can rally and sustain longer than you think it could. So market next year could do up like this again for many months until 2023. You never know. So I try not to guess the market. So if you're uncomfortable, reduce the exposure. For me, swing trading, at most take on a few position, like 3 to 5 position, and that's it. Okay, so that's my opinion. So next year, I have no idea. All right. Darius, what Kayong is saying? What did he say? So actually, we are good friends. So sometimes I also listen to him, and such. So actually, what did he say? You can let me know. And the risk is getting higher and higher. Again, there's risk but as usual, the market can be irrational and continue to rally to unbelievable level. It's just that when you thought Bitcoin is going to crash or and such, it continue to rally higher, right? And such. So don't bet against the uptrend. So as long as the trend is up, I'm not going to bet that it's going to crash. When the market is going to crash, I think it will tell us in the chart, of course, not immediately, but it will tell us in the chart. So just follow the price action. Okay, just follow the price action. Okay, any other things? So let me see. Is the market is going to crash next year? Or I mean that Kayong saying that markets might crash. Okay, for me, I have no idea. Okay, so Kayong have a view on market could crash next year, but for me, I have no idea. Okay, to be honest with you, I'm a trader. I try not to predict the market. Of course, he's also a trader, but different views. So just listen to all the trainers, speakers, whatever it is, have your own view. Okay, when the market is actually tanking, I think about 1 month ago, 3 weeks or 1 month ago, there are many gurus out there who think the market is going to tank further. You go and read through the Twitter and such, like Mark Minervini and some of these Amor gurus are the Amor gurus. Some they say the breath is not looking very good and such. So they think the market is going to tank. But for me, I stick to my view. Okay, I think that the market is might or could go higher. So at that point in time, my view is very simple. I add in my own way of reading the market, which is the cloud and the CPR. Market it is still supported at the cloud. That could be heading higher. Even if you look at the 2-day time frame, it is still supported as well. And the breadth, it is actually at a very low level, which means that a lot of people are actually very bearish. So I thought that when a lot of people think the same way, the market might reverse and such. Okay. Anyway, this is I mentioned before already. I'm going to repeat. So yeah. So stick to your own views. For me, right now I still sticking to my own view. Market could continue to head higher until end of the year. So I think I mentioned many times already. So this is my view already. So you might disagree with me, but it is okay. So just have a view of your own that is more important. Can? All right. And such, right? I want to share with you what are some of the sectors, industry that I am also looking at. Okay, before I go into that, right? So during my last Facebook Live on last week, I mentioned that IYT, the transportation ETF, it is bullish. All right, semicon and the IBB as well. So IYT, let me go through this IYT. IYT is transportation ETF. I am still trailing my position. I'm not sure how many have actually entered into IYT. If you enter IYT, type yes in the comments. Type yes in the comments. All right. So I triggered here. Right now, I am still holding. I'm still holding. So it has been a very good run. It has been a very good run. All right. So go through again. IYT. This is the transportation ETF. Actually, from 1st November, okay, 1st November to the 1st December, okay, again, for the past 12 years, it is still 100% positive. So for the IYT, I will still continue to hold. I will still continue to hold IYT. All right. So let's look at XOXX. XOXX is the semicon ETF. Price continue to rally. I didn't have XOXX in my portfolio because I already have SIYT already. Okay, so in fact, actually the best time to enter is actually yesterday, as in 2 days ago. But anyway, I still think right now price a bit too high for me to chase. I would prefer a pullback, but nevertheless, okay, SOXX is actually until 8 November, it is still positive. So still got about 1 to 2 weeks left based on seasonals. Another one to mention is IBB. All right, I mentioned last week IBB. Okay, IBB. Okay, IBB. IBB. All right. Even though the trend it is down based on the cloud and the central pivot range, but I actually entered IBB yesterday. All right, yesterday. So I'm very happy that there's one lady who actually messaged me, actually, hey, Alex, do you enter IBB or not? Because yesterday was a wash and rinse trigger pattern, right? Because I think I suppose Pauline also enrolled in Beanie's the tall the alien workshop wash and rinse class. So she actually mentioned that, hey, it is a this is a wash and yesterday it is a rinse, wash and rinse. So she asked me whether I entered, and yes, I actually entered into IBB yesterday. So there's a wash and rinse pattern, and it was supported at somewhere at the Camarilla pivot over here. All right, so I entered. Again, this is just my personal entry. I'm not asking you to copy me. My stop is somewhere below the low of this bar only, somewhere around here only. So I'm looking at for IBB to head higher in the coming days or 1 or 2 weeks time. So for IBB, 26th October to 30th November, basically is one whole month. I'm looking for the rally to come. So we'll see how it goes for IBB. Okay, again, not asking you to copy. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. All right, it is based on the two-day time frame, daily time frame. It is still on a downtrend. So my entry is actually based on the wash and rinse trigger and also the seasonals. Okay. So anyway, for those who are looking to enroll in Beanie's wash and rinse class, right? Let me share with you the link once again. Okay, let me see. Just give me a moment. Okay, I'll post the link in the comments. I think there's some promo. The rebate from the broker is until the end of this, I think the 31st, I think, until yeah, until 31st. So do check it out. So a lot of my entry, for example, are based on the wash and rinse trigger. Also, this is a wash, this is a rinse. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, okay, just enroll in the class. Okay, just check it out. There's some free webinar and also module for you to go through the wash and rinse also. Okay, and enough of the one that I say. I just want to share with you that certain industry and sector that I'm looking at. All right, so for the XLI, for the industrial sector, basically, okay, 1st November same, basically 1st November to until the 1st December. 1st December, basically 1 month, this 1 month, all right, 100% positive for the past 10 years. Okay, so for the industrial sector, XLI, can take a look. All right, so it actually rarely from the bottom till now, as in 26, from the bottom, 1st October, that's last month, as in start of the month until now, it is already up. It is already up about 8% already. Okay, again, all right, today, for today, the XLI industrial ETF, this is a wash bar. All right, yesterday was a rinse bar. So this is a wash and rinse pattern. And I'm looking at price, it could go higher in the coming November or so. And of course, we are heading near the resistance level over here, okay? Oops. All right, so this is the resistance, the standard, sorry about that, the standard resistance over here. Somehow I can't just draw the line over here. Anyway, let me try more time over here, horizontal line. Wow, so many lines here. Okay, the drawing. No wonder I put I put the drawing off. Okay, so here this is the standard resistance, and then somewhere around here So you don't expect price to just chunk all the way up So the prepared price could do up, down, and go hit higher. Okay. Overall, I'm still bullish on the industrial sector. Industrial sector, XLB also, materials also. Okay, XLB materials. Also same for the next 1st November, 1st November, right, 1st November to 1st December. 100% for the past 12 years. Also, materials, it is also bullish based on the seasonals, XLB, okay, materials, and yeah. Okay, so also it has been going up for a while already, for 1 month, and I'm looking at price to head higher in the coming weeks or so. Again, I repeat, do not expect price to just boom all the way up. All right, do expect that price could do impulse move or pull back, consolidate or what, and then move for impulse move again. So that is the possible move. So to me, all these are the higher probability trade. So if you're looking to trade the stocks, you can check it out. Look at the material stock, the industrial stock, or if you don't know what to trade, you can just trade the ETF as well. Okay, and another few sectors I'm looking at it is these health. Health is also not too bad. All right, health XLV. XLV is health. Okay, XLV. Also 100% for the past 10 years or so. And another one is ITA. ITA, this is this aerospace and aerospace and defense. Okay, aerospace and defense. Aerospace and defense, ITA, again, 100% for the past 10 years. All right. ITA is this is the aerospace and defense ETF. ITA is a bit tricky because price, the trend is not so nice. I can see it's consolidating. So if you really want to enter, then it is purely based on seasonals only. But right now price actually hit the central pivot range over here. All right, and we will see whether price can continue to hit higher in the coming next week or so. All right. Ken, so far, if everything is good, just type good in the comments. So I give you some trade ideas already, right? These trade ideas, it is, still the transportation ETF, semicon, biotech, IBB, industrial, materials, health, aerospace, and defense. All right, so everything is good. Everything is clear. Just type good in the comments. Type good in the comments. All right, so Dom is asking, right, based on your set of indicators, right, how do you decide when to exit your position? Okay, so I think maybe you are new to me. All right, so Dom, let me share with you an example. All right, so I actually entered into platinum not too long ago. Platinum, let me remove this platinum. This is PPLT. I'm using the ETF, PPLT ETF. This is platinum over here. All right. I actually entered platinum. All right. Again, based on seasonals. All right. Platinum, I think at the start of October, it was actually bullish. So, price actually went above the central pivot range. All right. I actually entered on this bar over here. Can see so far. So, let's say, for example, I enter here, my stop loss is somewhere around here. Okay. So when price actually reach one times my risk to reward is when it reach 1. Okay. So if I risk $100 and my profit is already $100 already, so which means that, I enter here, okay, my risk is somewhere around here and I reach somewhere around here, okay, then I will exit half of my position. I exit half of my position, and the rest, right, I will trail it. And how do I trail it? All right, I use this 8 EMA, 8 EMA, which I mentioned before. This is 8 EMA. This is the 8 exponential moving average. This is a very simple systematic way to trail your winners or your position. So as long as price, stay above the 8 EMA, I will actually hold on to my position. All right. So let me just test you from here. So the black line here is 8 EMA. So I entered over here, right? Okay. I've been holding all the way. So when did I actually exit my position? Okay. I may just ask you, okay, is it 1, 2, or 3? The candle. Is it candle 1, candle 2, or candle 3? When did I exit my position? So I only exit when price close below the 8 EMA. Can anybody answer my question? All right. Yes. I think you all can get the answer pretty fast, right? So simple, clear cut, right? So actually, this candle is the day where price actually closed below the 8 EMA lah. So I exited on this day. All right, I exited on this day. Simple, right? So try it out. So I mentioned before, the 8 EMA is actually the T line, right? T line, 8 EMA. You can just Google letter T line, 8 EMA. All right, so essentially this is developed by some people, not developed, as in he tested and he find that 8 EMA is a T line, and it is a good way for him to trail or to exit his position. So you can just take a look at that. All right. So everything is good. Okay. So I want to share with you something that is also the other side. So if the stocks are bullish, so what are the bearish, instruments that you can trade? It could just to hedge, or you don't want to put so much money into all the stocks. You want to diversify your trading. So because you trade materials, you trade tech stocks, you trade industrial stocks, whatever sectors you trade, they are essentially still stocks, right? And if the market actually really tank, crash, have a big pullback, most of the stock will also have a pullback one, because a rising tide will lift all boat. The reverse is also the same, right? So yeah, actually for the platinum, this is bearish. For I'm sure the bearish thing. So for platinum, you can trade PPLT, PLT. Actually, from 2nd November to 18 November, all right, for the past 10 years, 90%, it is down. Past 10 years, it is down. And all right, so, and actually, right now for platinum, price actually do look a bit bearish. So once again, can you see that, for platinum, all right, price has always been below the cloud. Okay, downtrend below the cloud, and price broke above the central pivot range. All right, so it is the first sign that it tells you that the downtrend is weakening. But don't forget that the cloud will be also acting as a resistance also. So right now, based on seasonals and based on the cloud, it seems that platinum could be heading down some more. All right. Essentially, it seems that the metals is not so bullish for the month of November. For the month of November. So for gold, all right, for gold, 9 November to 22 November, all right, 90% for the past 11 years, it is bearish. For silver, it is also the same. All right, from 8 November to 23rd November. Okay, for the past 10 years, 90% it is down. Okay, which means that the silver miners, the gold miners also bearish. All right, because they are correlated. So I want you to take note on this GDX. All right, the GDX is the gold miners. Gold miners. Okay. Eddie, yes, precious metals. Precious metals. Okay. Let me see. For precious, for the gold miners, 25th October to about 24th November. All right. 90% of the time, it is actually bearish. So you take a look at gold. Gold, I'm looking at the gold futures. All right, gold, you can see price action. It is actually, quite difficult to trade. You can see it's whipsawing up and down. And if you look at the VWAP, which I mentioned in my previous Facebook Live, it is not my main indicator. It is not my bread and butter, but I sometimes take a look at VWAP, volume weighted average price, to tell me where is the potential support and resistance. So if you put it at the swing high over here, you can see that a lot of time price get rejected at this VWAP over here. Okay, so it's coming down also. All right, but if you take a look at the O minus, right, this is actually clearer cut to you. Can see the trend is more obvious. So I add my standard indicators. You can see for gold minus. All right. Once price tested and below the cloud, okay, resisted, and right now I zoom in. Can you see the VWAP? It is also resisted by the cloud and the VWAP also. And it is down today as well. Oh, by the way, I have a position in GDX. I have a short position in GDX. Okay. Actually, I just shorted not too long ago. It's only today, just now, actually just now, before the Facebook Live, I actually shorted the GDX. All right. So yeah, I wanted the short yesterday lah, but I missed it lah. So even though today gap down, I still take it. I place my stop somewhere around here, somewhere around here, over here, okay? This high over here, okay? So I have a position in GDX, a short position. Again, this is not asking you to follow me or to copy me. I'm just sharing with you what I do. If I make money, it's my own money lah. If I lose money, also I lose money lah. So if you happen, to just trade whatever I mentioned today, if you lose money, okay, please don't come and find me lah. Is that okay? If okay, just type okay in the comments. Type okay in the comments. All right. Okay, so right now we are nearing to the 1 hour mark already. Oh, I forgot to tell you, right? I forgot to tell you. So I'm to share with you this a free company research platform that I want to share with you guys that I think is pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to share with you right now. Okay, the site is called doco.com. docoh.com. docoh.com. I'll post the link in the comments, doco.com. Essentially, this is like what the title says, this is a free company research site and investor alert. All right. It is not very complicated. The site is pretty clear-cut. And do sign up for an account. It is free. So I think recently they made the account free. So those of supposed to be premium features, they make it free. And the reason they gave is because, the revenue they generate from this premium account is not enough, to cover the operation cost. So they decide to do another monetization method, which is they decide to give you the features free, but in the future, they will have some, ads in the platform. But so far right now, it still doesn't have, okay? So you can just type in any company you want. So let me try to zoom in, right? So you can type for which company you guys want. First come, first serve. I'll just, any company, just type. I'll just share, I will just do a search. Any company, just anyone. First come, first serve, any company. Then just go through. Airbnb. Wei Ming say Airbnb. All right, Airbnb. Okay, Wei Ming, Wei Ming say it first. Okay, so I try to zoom out first. Okay. All right, so you can see a lot of things over here: company profile, stock data, the financial. Okay, I zoom in already. Okay, so the financial, all the P ratio, PG, everything, blah blah blah. All right, the news, press release, okay, investment data, calendar, financial summary. All right, even the insider trade, who is selling, who is disposing the stocks, it is also shown here. And what else? Institutional ownership. All right, institutional ownership. It is shown here as well. All right, and okay, blah blah blah. So all these are actually quite common. But what I want you to zoom in is, I think something that's interesting. All right, is this column on the left-hand side over here. Okay, left-hand side, there's this Reddit, or at the top, there's this Reddit. Okay, so you can see what are people actually mentioning about Airbnb on Reddit. Reddit, right? These are Wall Street bets. Those are socials, social media site where they talk a lot of those stocks. Okay, the hot stocks whatsoever. You can check it out. So like one day ago, based on this discussion thread based on stocks, they are talking about Airbnb. Based on these other things, I can just take a look. Okay, interesting. So I go to this dashboard over here. Let's search for the Reddit over here. All right, so this interesting over here. This is, I think, the most interesting here. Reddit dashboard, it will show you the trending stocks. What are people actually talking right now in Reddit? Okay, like Lucid Group, I don't know what I do. Amazon, Energy Transfer. Let's take like Lucid, Lucid LCID. Is it something that's interesting? You know why they're talking about that? Because Lucid stock, yesterday I think was up 31%. So it is a motor vehicles company. So market cap 58 billion. So yesterday Reddit actually talked about that. All right, so you can go through all these interesting stocks. Okay, subreddit. Oh, Sean, Tesla competitor, is it? Lucid. All right, so interesting. So subreddit, Facebook, all the stocks, you can go through it. I don't want to go through it with them. Another interesting thing is that this Doko, we can go to these earnings. Of course, I think there are other sites also have this earnings calendar, but I think this is pretty neat, right? Go to the next month, then you know that, oh, okay, that this next 4th of October, which companies are having the earnings, all right? Pinterest is having the earnings and such. So it's very clear, simple, easy to navigate also, all right? And then you can also see on the left-hand side, this IPO also. IPO. So into next month, which company are having their IPO. So you can see next month in October, this BIRD Bird, CMTG. I don't know what all these companies lah. So you can take a look at all these IPO companies. So take a look at Bird. What's Bird doing? All birds. All birds. Are going to do apparel. Okay, they do clothings and such. Yeah, it's going to IPO very soon. So I think this is a very interesting site also. So yeah, and essentially whatever Tesla, you have to search. Okay, Tesla search. All right, all the details are inside the financial data, institutional insider, earnings transcript, Reddit. All right, and you want to see which ETF are holding Tesla. All right, there's this on the top, there's this ETF tab also. Just click on ETF. All right, then you can, based on the fund size, all right, these are all the funds, the ETF, they are holding Tesla stocks in their funds. Interesting, interesting. Of course, previously I mentioned that, okay, you want to see what are the component stocks. For example, let's say transportation company, you can go to ETF.com/IYT, right? But one thing for ETF.com, I tend to realize that the site tend to load a bit slowly, right? So I have to wait for a while and then go to the the top 10 holding, you scroll down and such, then you see that United Parcel, United Pacific, CSX, United Union Pacific and CSX, they are railway companies. So all this inside IYT, which I mentioned before. And if you go to this Doko, all right, IYT, you search. Okay, it looks very fast. So it looks very fast. So at one glance, you know which are the companies is inside this ETF. There's the constituents, okay, the constituent of the ETF, right? United Pacific, United Parcel, and such. So this site give you another alternative if you want to load faster, see more data, and such. Right, you can go to this Doko, which I think is pretty good as well. So how many of you actually just know about Doko today. Right? If you know about Doko today, just type me in the comments so that I know that you learned something new. I share something new today. If it's the first time you are hearing about this site called Doko, all right, just type me in the comments. So at least I know that I'm providing some value, sharing with you some sites that you might not be aware of. All right, fantastic. So most of you guys do not know Doko. All right, Doko. So do check it out. The site is actually minimalist. So if you're talking about user interface, not very nicely done, but simple enough for you to navigate the data and all the useful information. All right, fantastic. So moving forward, right, I want to before I call it a day, I also want to share with you what are the up and coming sectors that I'm looking at besides the transportation ETF, semicon, industrial, and such. All right, so I want to share with you that I realized, okay, the energy sector energy sector is losing energy already. Okay, pun intended. So it's actually losing steam. So for example, you can see that the XLE energy sector, price actually surge and then kind of pause for a while. This is the energy sector. Of course, energy sector is very correlated to the oil prices. So oil prices for CL, crude oil futures, it was very strong for the past 2 months. Price seems to stagnate for the past 1 week or so, and also the natural gas, it is getting very volatile. Natural gas is NG. Let me see NG over here. Today is down about 5%. So it's no longer that straightforward uptrend really. So it's a bit down, all right, or at least consolidating. And I realized that a lot of these alternative energy, okay, companies, ETF are gaining ground. The alternative. So we go through clean energy. All right. The ETF, ICLN, QCLN, TBW. All right. Don't ask me how I remember all these ticker, because I always monitor all these ETF until I can memorize really what are the ticker already. Okay. Hydrogen, HYDRO, hydrogen. All right, hydrogen. I think there are three of them. So HDRO, hydro, HJEN. Okay, I just list down the ticker first, okay, before I go through them. Solar, I think many of you are familiar. It is 10. And then robotic is something I think is also up and coming. All right, robotic, there's this ROBO, and also the ARK ETF, ARK. All right, so clean energy. Let's take a look at ICLN energy. All right, can you see that recently just booms all the way up, right? Clean energy. Okay, so on the daily time frame, it can look quite messy. Okay, quite messy. Big consolidation. So let's say, for example, the daily time frame, you can't make sense of what it is doing. You can try to zoom up higher. You see 2-day time frame, is it cleaner or not? 2-day time frame, it is cleaner, right? 2-day time frame, price is actually below the cloud, downtrend, ping pong, and start to burst above the cloud. So to me, the clean energy sector, it is starting to turn into uptrend. And recently, for the past 1 week, it is actually very strong. And of course, it is not unexpected in a way that because clean energy during last year 2020, it is actually very, very bullish, and to an extent is parabolic. So for the whole of this year, actually price is consolidating, which is actually good. It's actually good. So price has broken above the cloud. So you can take a look at this ICLN. So how do you want to trigger? It is up to you. But for now, I won't be looking to enter because I'm chasing at a high already. So I don't like to chase. So you can wait for a trigger, for example, the wash and rinse trigger or so whatever. Again, if you're interested to know the wash and rinse, all right, do attend Bini Ong session on the alien wash. She'll share with you the wash and rinse trigger. She has some free module. You can go take a look. All right. So the link is in the comments. Go take a look. All right. Let me see this. All right. So I'll post the link in the comments once more. And so ICLN, QCLN, energy, all these are pretty much as in similar clean energy. It is heading higher, and then PBW also clean energy. All right, it's heading higher. So you want to know, for example, ICLN, what is the constituent? Okay, you can go to this ICLN, take a look. ICLN, iShare Global Clean Energy ETF. Okay, then these are the shares. Of course, Vesta, Green, and Allstat is not in US. Enphase Energy, Next Era Energy, Excel Energy, Plug Power. All these are clean energy stocks that's inside this ETF. Okay, all right. And hydrogen, I'm not sure how many of you actually are aware that this hydrogen ETF is actually running recently. Hydrogen is HDRO, hydrogen. You don't see hydrogen? All right, hydrogen. This ETF is just listed not too long ago, so the history is pretty short. But nevertheless, just based on the relative strength recently, it is outperforming the index and is doing very well. All right, can you see also like clean energy has been going up, boom. All right, so do take note of this hydro, and the other one is HJN. This one is another provider. ETF provider is a Diverson hydrogen. Doesn't matter. Also, it's pretty new. Again, the movement is up all the way. So again, I'm not asking you to chase. I'm not asking you to enter now. So be absolute clear on that. I'm just asking you to take a look. It is just starting to show strength. All right, starting to show strength, and any pullback also whatever, it is a good time. It could be a good time to enter. So take a look. Hydrogen ETF. Hydrogen, again, can take a look. Hydro, HDRO. What are the constituents? Constituents, okay. Hydrogen, Plug Power, Ballard, Bloom Energy, fuel cell, and all these fuel cells. So all these are the hydrogen or fuel cells ETF. All right. And solar, I think a lot of you are familiar. Solar, it is 10. And it is also, pretty bullish as well, 10. Okay. And then last one is robotic. Robotic is ROBO. Can take a look at the price action. Okay, this is robotic is a bit messy. It's a bit messy, but it is also showing some of strength recently. All right. So again, if daily time frame a bit difficult to read, you can zoom into the 2 days time frame. 2 days time frame. All right. So for robotic ETF, price hit the support at the cloud level, and it begins to rebound. It rebounded up lah. Okay, and then of course the more famous one is the ARKW, the ARC robotic. Also it is bullish recently. Okay, so all these are the alternative, the robotic that is gaining traction recently. And Pauline is asking, right, are the seasonals good? So for a lot of these ETF, right, for example, clean energy, all these, they are just launched in recent years only. So they don't really have a 5 years data, 10 years data and stuff. So don't look too much into the seasonal stuff, the past 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It doesn't really matter because it is not conclusive. It's only these recent years only. So as such, the alternative energy, just use it, look at the price action. Okay, can. And Pei Wen is saying the 8 cap logo is no longer here because they no longer sponsoring this Facebook Live because they sponsor the Asia Trading Festival and the Facebook Live prior to that. And anyway, at the start of November, I think early November, there will be another sponsor who will be sponsoring my Facebook Live. So I won't say too much here first, but there'll be new sponsor. Okay, Ken? All right, so am I sharing with you good content so far? Are you learning new stuff today? So for example, the clean energy, all right, I think I'm not sure how many of you actually realize that this clean energy, the alternative energy are running. If you think something new, all right, just type clean in the comments, clean. Okay, so at least I know that you're not aware of all this, and I'm sharing with you some insights. That clean energy, it is running. Clean energy, hydrogen, solar, robotic stocks. Okay, take a sip of water first. Okay, Darius asking, touch on Upstart. Has it hit CPR already or need to go to hit CPR? Upstart. Upstart. Not yet. So for Upstart, it has been very bullish, right? Trending bullish. The best time to enter actually was at the start of the month when it hit CPR. Right now, price actually reverse. Okay, the momentum is actually slowing down already. So you can see, this was a swing up, retrace back, and then this swing up is actually not very long, actually, and then reverse back down again. So the momentum is actually slowing, and do take note that the earnings is coming up on the 9th of November. 9th of November. All right, so do take note that it is coming up earnings. So anything could happen 50-50. So if you're looking to swing trade, then I think maybe not a good time to enter into this Upstart. All right. If you're already holding, also do be wary of your risk. All right, Ken. All right. So I think I won't go through individual stocks because if you talk about individual stocks, cannot finish one. A lot of stocks to cover one. All right. So anyway, I think just a recap over here. All right. So the US market, just a recap. Simple US market. I think for the S&P 500 and generally the US market, I think there is still some room to go. At least based on seasonals, November, December, I think still okay. And pardon my my language. Next year, I really don't know what the fuck we will do already. Okay, so yeah, for now, I'm still bullish until the end of the year. This is my stand. And for the sectors and industry, I mentioned already. All right. Focus for me. I'll focus on the higher probability trade. All right, the 100% for the past 10 years, 12 years, based on data like transport ETF, the semicon ETF, the biotech, the industrial, materials, health, and the aerospace. I'm zooming in these few sectors and industry. All right, if you want to diversify your portfolio, you don't want to just all invest or trade stocks. Take a look at the commodities, like the precious metals, all right, platinum, gold, silver. The gold and silver miners, they are generally bearish for the month of November. All right, and yeah, okay, and the up and coming sectors industry that are running. I'm looking at the clean energy, the hydrogen, solar, and the robotic. So I think these sums up the Facebook Live lah. Okay, all right. Stephen Chia, your language make the webinar lively because of just the F word, right? Anyway, I'm not a very trim and proper guy lah. Okay, if you know me lah, you know when I'm with my friends and such, I always say dirty jokes. I talk vulgar language. I'm just being myself lah. I don't want to try to act eager like Alex. When I'm on Facebook Live, I need to act proper. Because I'm talking about the finance industry, I need to wear a coat, a suit, and talk proper and that kind. I'm not that kind of person now. Okay, so yeah, this is just what I'm going to sharing with you lah. Yeah, so I think for the 200 of you who is still with me, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoy my content, if you think my sharing is fantastic or at least not too bad, can you just give me a like and share, or at least give me a like? Liking is free, doesn't cost you money. It also tells Facebook that you want to see more of my Facebook Live in the future. And before I go off, remember to subscribe to our Telegram channel. Our Telegram channel, I don't know how many we have right now. Are we hitting the 4,001 already? So MarketWise Asia Telegram channel. Okay, you can or you can just search for MarketWise Asia, or you can see the scrolling bar on the screen. Let me see whether we have hit 4,001 already. Haven't they? So only 4,096. Can anyone who have Telegram channel just go subscribe to our Telegram channel? Okay, so I think that is all for today. Thank you so much for the 200 people who are still in the room. I wish you a very enjoyable and a safe weekend. Have fun, stay safe, and I will see you guys again next week. All right, so thank you so much. 再见. All right, bye bye. See you guys. Bye bye.